Hey guys, it's Jess. So last night on the 21st of November, I sat down in the cinema at 12:01 p.m. and saw Catching Fire. A lot of you asked me to vlog, which I didn't do because it was pretty hectic down there, and I didn't dress up either. I did not have time to make my costume, which is really disappointing, but I'll be better prepared for Mockingjay Part 1, I think. It was actually very disappointing on the costume front. We had literally no one at our cinema dress up, except for one chick who rocked up in a Pikachu onesie. This is the town I live in. So I want to start off with my first initial reaction, which I shot as soon as I got home from seeing Catching Fire, and I will roll that now. Hey guys, it's Jess. So I'm being really quiet because I just got home from the Catching Fire midnight screening and everyone in my house is asleep. But oh my god, I am blown away. I am just completely and utterly speechless. It was fucking amazing. My heart was pounding the entire way through the movie. There was not a moment I did not enjoy. I'm shaking the camera. Hey, I'm Gary Ross. All I can say is you will not be disappointed with this movie. It had everything I wanted, maybe minus one thing. But, oh, fucking yes. I want to start off by saying, hands down, this is the best film I've seen all year, and I watch a lot of films. Generally, book-to-movie adaptations don't do it for me. I always feel slightly disappointed, but this one was amazing. This will be a non-spoilery discussion, but if you still don't want to know things about the dialogue, the casting, that stuff, just don't watch this video. We're going to start off with the script first. Oh my god, I reckon it was at least 85, maybe 80% of quotes from the book. It was insane. I was watching it and it was just like the book, and I couldn't even fathom how great that was. It hardly ever happens to book-to-movie adaptations that they use quotes from the book, and when they do, it's usually a few just to make the fans happy, and I feel like Francis Lawrence really listened to the fans this time, and he kept the script as true to the book as he could. And of course there were things added in to make it more to make it work more on a film level, but it was fantastically well written. Next, the casting. Okay, I'm the first to admit I wasn't sure about Sam Claflin as Finnick, and I wasn't going to judge him until I saw him in the film. He nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. But to me, Jenna as Joanna took the cake. I knew she would. She's fantastic. I love her acting style. Just brilliant. I couldn't even. So as much as Joanna was phenomenal, Beatty and Waris were absolutely insane. Nuts and bolts. Killed it. I didn't know what to expect from these two actors that were playing them. I had never really seen them in anything before, and they just took the cake. They were absolutely fantastic. Their scenes together, the way they communicated with each other, the chemistry between the two actors was just so good. It was literally like the characters had stepped fresh out of the page of the book, put them on screen. They were saying lines from the book, and I felt so thrilled. As it's known, Francis Lawrence did have a much bigger budget than Gary Ross, so that did make a difference to the whole atmosphere of the capital this year. Let me tell you, it is an amazing sight. Very Roman Empire-esque on steroids, as I like to say. You all know how I feel about arena scenes, and last year's film just did not cut it for me. This year was more than I expected. It was above and beyond what I expected. It was just as described in the books. There was so much attention to detail, apart from the mutts not being orange, but as you've seen in the TV spots, that wasn't going to happen anyway. But they were so scary. I jumped so bad. And I have to say, Jennifer Lawrence in this one, just, her acting is phenomenal. The thing I love about Jennifer Lawrence is she's not afraid to look ugly when she acts. She throws everything into it. A lot of actors, when they cry or do a angry scene, they care about their facial expressions, and it just doesn't come off as natural as it should, and she just throws herself entirely into the scene and she nails it every time. I felt every single emotion Katniss was feeling, and it was just perfection. The one and only complaint I have about the film is that there were stills released of some scenes that were not in the film, and I was a bit confused by that, but hopefully Francis Lawrence doesn't pull Gary Ross and not give us deleted scene. That being said, it did not at all ruin the flow of the movie. Once I noticed that scene wasn't going to be there, the film still went on for me. It wasn't as if I was stuck thinking about it for the entire movie like I was for some things in the Hunger Games. So that's it from me, guys. I know a lot of you will have seen the movie by the time this video goes up, so what did you all think? I loved it, as you can probably tell. So let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. And if you haven't seen it already, then let me know what you're excited for. As always, you can find me on Facebook, the link will be in the description, and you can follow me on Tumblr and I will follow you back, and the link will also be down there. I will talk to you guys soon. Happy Hunger Games. Okay, so if you've stayed to the end for some spoilers, or you've stayed to the end and you don't want to see spoilers, click away now. I'm only going to do a few. I don't want to completely give the movie away, but the big one that I want to tell you is that Annie is in the film for about 3 seconds, but she is there. It is Steph Dawson that they cast for Mockingjay, and I believe that they green screened her in for it, because as we know, she was cast long after the film had wrapped up filming. The second big one for me is that we saw Snow's granddaughter. She's in there quite a fair bit, and I'm interested to see where they're going with this for Mockingjay. I know it's mentioned in the books. I feel like this might be leading up to Mockingjay and the very end where they maybe have her imprisoned. The scenes between Snow and his granddaughter were very interesting because she loves Katniss, and it was quite hysterical, the look on his face when she's talking about her. And the third spoiler I want to share, which was a lovely surprise for me, is that after Peter has presented his chosen skill to the game makers, Katniss goes in and it is still on the floor, and he has painted Rue on the floor, and it is amazing. And then Katniss goes ahead with her original plan in the books, and it is freaking awesome.